Hi, I'm Dan Schmitt. I do a motorcycle racing TV show called Team Chicago Challenge. My email is teamdan45@gmail.com, and I'd love to hear from my audience. My website is teamchicago.tv. We're at Indianapolis Raceway Park, NHRA National Hot Rod Association. This is the big event. This is their biggest event. All the different classes are here. We're going to cover mainly the mountain motor class. That's what my good friend Dennis Firkus races in, and I'm going to look at some of the pro stock bikes also. So this is the first time I had a chance to look at pro stock bikes, and they're turning 6 seconds also. So we got 6-second cars with the mountain motor. We got 6-second bikes, and I'm going to show a little footage in both shows of the road course we used to race out. And I'm going to show you where the road course is. Even though there's over 900 competitors at this national. This is the Grand National for NHRA. It's very interesting. I might show maybe a couple fuel car runs and a couple fuel cars and funny car runs. But the main thing we're concentrating on is the mountain motor group. So let's check out the racing action. Remember my email, teamdan45@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from my audience. Again this year, I am doing some coverage the mountain motor pro stock cars at an NHRA National. My good friend Dennis Firkus, going to the drag strip for the last few years, covering the action with the wise guys at Great Lakes Dragway. These are the mountain motor. Mountain motor means the limit is 825 cubic inch engines. They can be fuel injected or carbureted. And they have to run a manual transmission. Let's meet my good friend, one of my oldest friends, Dennis Firkus. We go back many, many years.
We're at the U.S. Nationals in a little town outside of Indianapolis. We're at the Mountain Motor Pro Stock is the class we're running today. And we're qualified on Friday, number 5 out of 10 cars. And then on Saturday, we went to number 8 out of 10 cars. So we're on the pump, and we need a good run this pass, and we should be able to hopefully work our way up the ladder a little bit more.
So how many cars are going to make the program?
8.
Just 8?
Yeah,
and there's 10.
Cars. Right, yeah, so 2 guys are going to be left out, and I hope I'm not one of them.
Thank you, Dennis, for filling me in. Mountain Motor, Pro Stock Cars, final qualifying session. Only 8 cars will make the program, the fastest 8 out of 10 that have entered this national, NHRA National, Indianapolis Raceway Park. This is the big one, the Grand National Championship. First round, Dennis Firkus in the near lane. He's on the A4 and in domestic parts, alternators and starters. And Evan with Amsoil's 2 sponsors. Done Right Racing, Cobalt in near lane. In the far lane, it is Bill Neary. Bill Neary from the Chicago area also. Barrington, I believe. They line up. Dennis in the near lane. Bill Neary in the far lane. Bill Neary's one of the founders of this class, Mountain Motor Pro Stock Cars, racing with NHRA. These cars are limited to 825 cubic inches, carbureted, and manual transmissions. They watch the lights. Dennis Firkus got the jump. Dennis Firkus goes on to turn a 649.3 at 216 miles per hour. Bill Neary at 658.2 at 216 miles per hour also. Next up, we got Chris Powers. Tommy Lee, Mountain Motors, 825 cubic inches, making over 2,000 horsepower. Manual transmission and carburetor. Line up.
Picking up 200 for the second.
It is Tommy Lee going 633 at 222 miles per hour. Chris Powers, 645.3, 204 miles per hour. Looks like both of these cars will be in the program. Next up, we got Tony Gillick.
Basically a factory
John
showdown Ford engine, 400 cubic inches over the top of the 500 cubic inch power plants that we run in the NHRA on a regular basis.
We got a couple Chevy powered cars.
Versus
They don't have to all be Hemis. They're all limited to 825 cubic inches. Off the line. It is Tony Gillick going 634.5 at 221 miles per hour. John Pacino went 636 at 220 miles per hour. Looks like they both are in the program.
20 cubic inches up to the Derek Reese's machine. John Causey power.
Got Wayne Rice lining up.
Trying to get that power around.
Derek Reeds. Watch the tree. Staging. It is Wayne Rice, 645.5, 217 miles per hour. Derek Rees, 654.1, 217 miles per hour. This is the matchup everybody's been waiting for. The two fastest qualifiers so far in the far lane. It is John DeFlorian, Jerry Haas Racing.
We got a lot of them. Steve Johnson earlier.
He is second fastest so far. This is the third and final qualifying run. Eliza Morton's in the near lane. He's the fast qualifier so far. John DeFlorian coming off the line first, turns a 630.05. 222 miles per hour. Eliza Morton, 633.3, 221 miles per hour. John DeFlorian is now the fast qualifier. Mountain Motors, NHRA. Now back in the pits, we get to see Dennis Crew, and he put a great crew together as they work on the engine and the trans between runs. We got his daughter Kelly and her husband Brian McIndow. We got Liz and Steve Sujega. Got Tim Jacobs. And we got the Fleming brothers, Jeff and Eric. Between every run, they pull off the valve covers to check the valve clearance, valve springs, resurface the clutch, check the jetting, and as the crew goes to work, I had a chance to talk to Dennis about this run. So tell me about the run.
We just made it. Everything went well in the run, and that I hit the shift points and stuff, and everything went good. We barely made it, but we're qualified number 8, so we made the show.
So what was your time?
6. The time ticket is up there if you want to take
Oh, okay.
a photo of it, but I think it was 6:49.
Right.
And I didn't even notice the mile per hour.
Well, you're only 13 tenths off the Orient.
That's a long, that's a big.
I know, but he turned to 32 or 31.
Yeah, we need some to do our best, and that's all we can do.
Right.
And that, you know.
But that's how close it is.
Yeah.
Between winning and losing. But.
Oh yeah, yeah. Blink your eyes, and that's about it.
Thank you, Dennis. As we look at the computer system, they have data collection from the suspension, jetting, taking readings from the exhaust, for the A-borne and domestic starters and alternators, and AMSOIL, along with Dunright, that the main sponsors. As we see Jeff Fleming checking the valve clearance, and then he'll check the valve springs value. So as they continue on, checking the engine, resurfacing the clutch, get ready for the first eliminations. I'm going to go back in the past. We're going to 1999. We're going to show you what the road course looks like at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Coming down the drag strip, you make a right-hand turn, and it takes you into what I call one of the carousel areas. You got this short chute, and then it will take you over to the first 180-degree turn. And then that will take you back around behind the half-mile track, this long straightaway. And the first time I raced this track was in 1980 with my Triumph Twin. Did a TV show here in '87, and this takes us back to the staging area. Got this right and left-hand turn, and it takes you back into the staging area behind the drag strip. In '89, we ran our first endurance race with Wera, a 6-hour. In '95, we contested the endurance series. Team Chicago started. We just went through the kink onto this 200-yard straightaway through this 180-degree carousel to the right. Got a quick right left. And then got this left-hander that takes you between the grandstands and back onto the drag strip. This is Indianapolis Raceway Park as I know it, and this was shot in 1999. Now I'm looking at that first turn off the drag strip into that carousel, 180-degree turn, and then you got the left and the right kink that takes you to the straightaway that's behind the half-mile track. It takes you into this left and right-hand turn, the right and left-hand turn, and this here is the staging area. They would put cones here so that we didn't go too wide, and it takes you into this kink. And I'm so happy to see that the road course is still here. This is the 200-yard straight. Takes you into the second carousel or 180-degree turn. You can see the little kink to the left and the right. And then you've got the 180-degree turn here between the grandstands, which takes you on to the drag strip. I ran this track maybe 10 to 12 times starting in 1980. If we look on the track one more time, between the grandstands, down the drag strip, where we get up to speeds close to 150 miles per hour. A couple of downshifts and brakes, and head off the drag strip. And now we're going to check out the action in the pro stock motorcycle class as we see Angel Sampe pushing her Vance and Hines Suzuki and getting ready. So
Hey.
tell me about the bike.
Oh, I call her Beauty, and she's a beast.
What engine?
It's the Vance and Hines 4-cylinder.
Suzuki?
Yeah.
Basically.
4-valve, I meant.
4-valve.
4-valve.
Good luck, ladies. Be safe.
This is now the last qualifying session for the pro stock motorcycles on the line. It is Scotty Polachek. And he goes 693 at 195.87 miles per hour. Next matchup, Michael Phillips and Jerry Savoy.
Gets to go out and attempt to qualify for the big with his nephew Malcolm.
20 bikes trying to make 16 slots as they wait for the countdown. Quarter mile, it is Jerry Savoy turning 684 at 196. Michael Phillips hit a 708 at 189 miles per hour. He is on the bump.
Byron Hines recently inducted
Next up,
into the Motorsports Hall of Fame
Steve
of
Johnson.
America. A lot of Hall of Fames and Halls of Fame.
Up against
a lot of buildings
Eddie.
out there with busts in them and-
Kravec. It is Eddie Kravec going 685 at 197 miles per hour. He is now the third fast qualifier. Steve Johnson went 692 at 193. Next up, Brian Orler up against Chris Bostick. Off the line, even match. Bostick goes 7 flat at 188. Orler goes 689 at 193. Next up, it is Mark Invisal up against Ron Tomernow. Now, if you listen to the engine, when the engine sounds like a V-twin, and it is a Victory engine, as they watch the light. Whoa, one bike went over the line. It looks like Mark Invisal going 193, turning 695. Tomino will be disqualified for crossing the line. That is going to affect his chance of qualifying for the top 16. Next up, it is Kelly Clunes in the far lane. In the near lane, it's Joey Gladstone.
Kelly, back on the 602 steam fitters machine after taking a couple
members
races off. That's Mike in the left lane.
Move back. The riders are now concentrating on the lights. Staging. Kelly Clunes looking great. 706 at 192. Joey Gladstone had a problem. but he is the 8th fast qualifier with his other 2 qualifying runs, and I had a chance to talk to him earlier.
Hi guys, I'm Joey Gladstone. This is my Pro Stock motorcycle. It's a Suzuki. We run a 4-valve Vance & Hines motor. Sponsored by Diamond W and Fatheads Eyewear. Suzuki Extended Protection. And yeah, we go 670s at 200 miles an hour on a good day. Hoping today to go some low 80s at 198. That'd be really good. We'll see what happens.
Thank you, Joey. And now we spot Karen's chauffeurs in the near lane. In the far lane, it is Hector Arana. Hector's running a V-twin engine. I can hear the difference as they watch the tree. Hector goes 690 at 197. Karen goes 698 at 194. Had a chance to talk to this rider, Hector Arana, from the Arana team earlier today.
How you guys doing there? Hector Arana Jr. here, racing for Team Arana, and I'm riding the RX 1190 Buell. It's a 160 cubic inch V-twin. We make around 400 horsepower, close to 300 foot-pounds of torque, and my best time is a 674 at 203 miles an hour. So she's bad to the bone, 6-speed Liberty transmission, and we go through all the gears in 6 seconds.
Thank you, Hector, for that inside information. Now we see Angie Schmitt lining up with Chip Ellis. As they watch the tree, staging. Angie Schmitt goes 690 at 197 miles per hour. Chip Ellis goes 756 at 187 miles per hour. This is it. Angel Zampre. She came and seen Team Chicago race 20 years ago at No Problem Raceway in Louisiana. I'm here at Indianapolis to see her race 20 years later. She is the fast qualifier. She's up against the second fast qualifier, Matt Schmitt. As they watch the tree. Matt Schmitt goes 682 at 198. Angel Zampre goes 687 at 196, but she's still the fast qualifier. Earlier, she turned a 679 at 199 miles per hour. So in the qualifying for pro stock motorcycles, she is the fastest. Back in the pits, I had a chance to talk to Chris Klotz. Let's see what he's got to say about their racing motorcycle. This is a 4-cylinder Suzuki. Vance & Hines. So all right, tell me the difference. So it's a 4-valve, 4-cylinder Vance & Hines engine.
Yes, sir.
Not a Suzuki engine.
No, it's a Suzuki. It's a Suzuki, but Vance & Hines doesn't. That's their design of the 4-valve engine.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
So that's the difference. And yet Vance & Hines still involved with the Harleys?
No, there's
no more
Harleys here.
No, okay.
Suzuki, that's their their brand over there now.
Okay. Great. And what's your name?
My name's Chris.
What is it?
Chris.
Chris, C-H-R-I-S. Last name?
I'm Kelly's husband.
Oh, you're Kelly's husband?
Yeah.
All right. That's great.
I'm just a lucky guy.
Thank you, Chris. And now we get to see Brittany Force she goes. 334.9 miles per hour in 3.69 seconds. We will see more of these top field dragsters next week. We'll make plans to tune in. Now we're going to get to see John Force and his top fuel funny car. Check out my other clip on YouTube. You will see top fuel dragsters and top fuel funny cars. Eliminations for the mountain motor, pro stock cars, and the pro stock motorcycles. So make sure you tune in from Indianapolis Raceway Park. John Force goes 321 miles per hour and 1,000 feet. He turns 3.931. 321 at 393. So make sure you tune in for racing from Indianapolis Raceway Park as we see the replay of this run. We can see John Force going pretty straight. And I have to thank Sunoco Oil, the NHRA, and Pep Boys for their Jumbotron. It really made the show look great. For more information on the NHRA, the National Hot Rod Association, their website is nhra.com. To contact me, it's teamdan45@gmail.com. I love to hear from my audience. And remember, you can always search on YouTube with Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing for great motorcycle racing action. Dan Schmitt Politics to learn what makes America great. And I highly encourage you to visit the World of Motorcycle Museum. They're in Winamac, Indiana, 4 miles south of North Judson on Indiana 39. Give them a call first at 574-896-3172. It's a great trip and a great collection of motorcycles.